What's up, dudes? Gooch here. Uh, just put together a little video going over the Guild Mobilization event, and we're going to go through a few things here on how you can be more successful at the Guild Mobilization event without spending a bunch of gold. I'm going to be on my alt arc. We will be using Well Hung. It's about 11 million power after the event was complete, and we got about 23,707 points with him. Minimal gold use. Just got a blasting through quest. And here we go. So for the guild mobilization event, I think this is the most important event in the game. I'm going to start a timer here. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Let's show exactly how long it takes. And I didn't do myself any favors on this. Made quite a few mistakes, but stick with me for the heck of it and check out what goes on here. First quest up is the 5,000 power quest. There's a bunch of different ways you can do this. Notice I'm not refreshing to get a better quest or anything like that. Just kind of going with what they give me. 5,000 power. The one below it was a little bit lower, but would have been much quicker. Just want to show you guys. You can do this any way. You can make tier 2. You can make tier 7. It takes 7 or 8 conquerors to do it. Just showing you guys here. So see 2232. So that means I need what, 3 more or 4 more, maybe 5. I'm not sure. Nonetheless, okay, so 9 conquerors to complete that. So 9 conquerors for 5,000 power. You'll notice I use speed ups a lot through this video. You get them for events. You get them for guild mobilization events. So definitely use them. 10,000 power quest. I'm going to go ahead and run through the exact same thing. Knock it out real quick with some conquerors. This is also going to take my troops up, so it benefits me to do this. Actually, no, I'm going to go ahead and show you another way. So I'm going to level Gilly. I wasn't prepared for this. Obviously, I have one commander that I can level up. This is pretty time consuming, but it'll give you a few minutes to talk about some other things here. Notice I'm on a different device, so I haven't logged in on this, and I didn't have any presets set up or anything like that. So like I said, I didn't do myself any favors. Ends up taking about 43 minutes for this full run through. Should have been done in about 30. Now, the best thing you could do is to prepare for this. Have your commander set up the way you want them. Save every single release commander thing that you get throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout your time playing. Never use them except for events like these, and you'll see why shortly. I didn't use a 24-hour XP increase on this, which would have made this go even quicker. But you'll see that I just messed up setting up the gear. I don't even know where I'm at right now. You'll see that there are different ways to do this. You can march on some tiles. I could have marched on the demon ships that are there for the event, or I could just do mop up or sit there and fight. But either way, try to do it the quickest way possible. So go into your explore and just kind of fly through there. You'll notice I speed it up after every 2. High dodge gear on the commander is going to keep her from getting hit. And I'm going to use Gilly later on this alt, so definitely don't mind putting a little work into her for this one. And it's a Gilly event this week. I don't know if I'll get her to S or not because I'm not planning on dumping a bunch of money into anything unless they have the 1,500 unlimited crystals. But that's a different discussion for a different day. Yep, you'll notice I speed up on all of them, and this is going to take a little while. So level 2 to 12. I think you got to get to level 32 or something to knock out 10,000, and then above that it goes pretty quick. So I would actually start with all my commanders right around level 30 if I was prepared for this the right way, and then save them until the leadership day and do all their free leaderships, and then start eating them into other commanders. So that way I could rinse and repeat and do it all again. So getting some decent XP, but it's still time consuming. And by the way, guys, this is my first video. I'm just doing it because a lot of guys were asking. So to all the guys for Fox and Div who stopped by, I appreciate you coming by and watching this, showing the support, and this hopefully will help you out in finishing your guild mobilization a lot quicker and benefiting from it more. Just a couple side notes while we go through this with Gilly. On Gooch, I spent about 30,000 to 40,000 gold today, and I only have 6,000 more points at this point. So I didn't even break 30,000 this on the first day this week. I'm not going to get a Geist Stone or get a Void or a Skywalker or anything like that. So really, it's worthless. The items you're mainly going to be going for are going to be the bots, the Energy Stone, and they've been staying around 43,000 points each. And so speeding through this in a 30-minute run, you can get more than enough points to get either of those if that's what you're going for. Me personally, I'll be going for the IntelliBots, and as we've all spoken about before, you can, before you bind that equipment, if it's equipment that's crafted or something, pass it back and forth, get it leveled up between your alts, or have a friend do it as well, put some gems in it, a couple little tricks to help you be successful. Nonetheless, this is painfully long. So yeah, again, thanks for everybody stopping by. And if you're not from Fox or Div and you stumbled on this video and like what you're seeing, I'll make some more content and I'll put some more editing time in it. But this is just quick to get it out before day 2 rolls through, so our guys can get some more points. All right, so I'm moving over to the side here, so March is quicker. You'll see me using March speed up and stuff. This is all stuff that should have been done before I started, but I didn't want to game it too much. I just wanted to show you guys I was coming into it. Nothing set up, nothing ready, and 43 minutes, I still get almost 25,000 points. So I did cheat in this video. You're going to see me use gold one time. I know, Rev, give me a break. But I used gold one time, and it's on an 8-slot thing. And I shouldn't have, because I could have gone down one quest, gotten more points, and been done instantly. I think it was an Explorer Chapter 2 or something. But nonetheless, I used gold one time, so you'll see my gold drop a little bit. And also, right before this video starts, I sent all my resources over to Gooch. So I'm sitting with like 0 food and parts going into this, and you'll see me actually have to add a couple minutes on by sending those resources across. So I'll think of something dumb to talk about while that happens. But anyway, be marching on this tile for a few minutes here. I think the best thing you can do, though, for guild mobilization is just, I'm going to keep harping on this, is preparation. The events throughout the week are fun, and they give you bragging rights on your respective planet, or a little bit of gold, maybe a marching speed up, maybe something like that. But all in all, it's not worth it. The only I'm going to go into this with about 1,500 magazines every weekend, hopefully. Maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, I don't know. But unless it's a leadership event, I'm not going to spend those magazines. I'm going to do the bare minimum to get high enough to get the full reward on the leadership day. I'm going to save the rest for guild mobilization event. And you'll see how much that helps when I get to some of these quests. So Gilly still needs a little bit of work here. And the same thing goes with creating troops. You can make them on the troop creation day. I make some, but if I know I'm going to make some tier 10 or tier 9 or whatever, I wait and use it on guild mobilization day. Of course, now we have the training time tab, so definitely do it right now. And that'll get you your power. I think, 2 tier 9 air will get you 20k power, something like that. So, or maybe it's 2 tier 10 air, which not everybody has, but if you figure out what the amount is, you'll be able to say, hey, I just need to make 2 of these right now to get this quest done. And you can use your speed ups from the day before and get the quest done. You're going to see a couple times that I go for lower quests than the top quests here, and that's because the time's more valuable than the points that would be added. If I'm going to get 100 more points, but it's going to take me 45 minutes, that 100 points ain't going to make or break me getting the piece of gear that I want. I'm going to have enough to get the IntelliBot this week, which is what I'm going for. I'll either do the IntelliBot or the Energy Stone. On my main, where I have 60,000, I'll probably do a IntelliBot, and I'll also throw an A-class commander in there and try and get 2 items. So, yep, finishing up Gilly here. Sorry I didn't speed this up or anything. The editing quality of this video is not going to be anything spectacular to write home about, but the next one I will do a lot better. Receive S-class commander. All right, this is very important. Look at my So I'm using my free one on that, it looked like. So my free release for the day. Boom, I got Mary, S-Class Commander, and I just got a free quest done instantly. All right, explore 20 times chapter 3. These are the best ones. They're super quick. You get materials to create items, and you'll notice my inventory's full. I didn't prepare again, like I said. And you'll see that later on when I go to make some legendary items as well that I was completely unprepared for this. No big deal though, still got it done, and it just shows that I could have gotten it done much quicker if I would have prepared knowing that this was coming at the end of the week. So 20 times, quest is done, bam, back, T5 shoulders. Let's see, here's where I cheat and do the mega slot. Um, yeah, I shouldn't have done it because honestly, I could have just done the 5 times chapter 1, gotten like 100 points out of it. But instead, I'm going to spin the slot. I don't get anything that's worth a crap, and I lose some gold. I think it ends up costing me about, I don't know, I want to say a little less than 2,000 gold to spend it 8 times. So, what is a waste of time essentially, and a waste of gold. But all my investments should be maxed out and everything, so it doesn't matter too much. Try not to spend any gold on this guy at all normally, but nonetheless, I did it, and that makes me a liar. I did spend money. Um, Sorry, I just got a text. All right, so 8 spins. It should be number 8, I believe. Let's see. Got a couple heavy pistols, which are good. You can make thunder with that. Spin 8 times. All right. Now look at my inventory when I go here. You're going to see I go straight to the D-class commanders. I use those because most of my commanders are A or S. So S-class Rock. Use the second one. I need 2 A-class commanders. And Rocket's already an A-class, so I go here, complete the quest. I start at the very lowest. So I start with my Ds and then work my way up so that way I'm not wasting those A-classes. Here you're going to see me make a huge misstep, completely unprepared. I'm bumbling around looking for equipment. I got to see what I have material-wise and pattern-wise. All right, there's the pattern. Looks like I have Pangolin, Dirge, Thunder, and yeah, the Dragon Slayer. So I'm going to go make a Dragon Slayer here, and I make probably the biggest mistake of this video, and I don't actually select the quest. I'm like, all right, hey, I'll just make the match that we need to make this, 3 agents, and I'm way behind, you'll notice. So I'm like, all right, well, here, we'll go make this, whatever, no big deal. But I never actually select the quest, which adds probably a good, I don't know. I'd say it added 5 to 6 minutes onto this, even though I'm speeding up the builds, just total, because not 5 to 6, maybe a minute or two. Nonetheless, still took me a little bit of time, and it's always good to make it for like an end game item. So if you Thunder sell well, what else? The Thalamus sixes sell well. The Dirge and the other one, I don't remember what the other one's called. Let's see if I scroll past it or something. Anyway, they sell well because people are trying to make those in-game items. And just remember, if you have the materials and you send the resources or find a way to compensate somebody for it, they can make you those in-game items. The pants, the different bind on equip items like the Valkyrie and stuff like that. I sell mine to guildmates when I get a crappy one because it's not worth selling for the melange. So I just give them to guildmates for whatever the melange cost is, and that's about it. And they can have them on a lower level character and work on it. So I think I'm trying to mop up for some items here. Or sorry, I wasn't paying attention for a quick second. Maybe for an event, might be for some items. Anyway, this video is going to be long and painful, but the ones moving forward will be a lot quicker and a lot better editing. So, anyways, time consuming, stupid. I wasn't prepared. Let's see. What do I need for this? No. All right. Let's go check my patterns again just to make sure because I wasn't paying attention. I'm trying to rush through this. And you'll notice Well Hung has a tyrant on him. You know, you got to make that. That was obviously I sent the mats from Well Hung to Gooch, made it, and then sent it back to him. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use it on his Rogers or not. I'm just scrolling through here and seeing what I can make the easiest. Yep. So I need some body armor here, so I'm going to go mop up a few times and get them. But again, this is all stuff that's adding time. So just pay attention to what I'm doing wrong here and learn from it. So have the mats made throughout the week when you have time to play. Um, but the most important thing here is to realize that it doesn't take a lot of time to maximize your guild mobilization. If you don't have speed ups, that doesn't stop you because you can still do the explore quest, you can still do the leadership quest, and if you're in an active guild, you're going to get a lot of time cut off. You can also go boost your crafting speed and stuff like that. Not that that's the answer, but it's not hard to save some speed ups throughout the week to do that, and that'll help you during guild mobilization events. And our guild's really been harping on guild mobilization events because the pure crystals are so meaningful at a high level, and you have limited avenues from which you can get them. You get them from oracles, you get them from your weekly galactic battles. You can get them from from guild mobilization events placing 32 or higher. Obviously, the higher you place, the more you get. But basically, it's the only sustainable way to make unlimited crystals, and you get 100 for one of those and 200 shadow matter. It's really kind of ridiculous, but nonetheless, if you're not a huge money spender, which I do on my main, um, it's how you're going to have to make unlimited crystals for a long time if you want to break into the tier 9, tier 10 without spending money. And also, even uh, myself, I've made about 7 or 8,000 unlimited crystals to get tier 10. So I didn't buy 8 packs at the end there. I made crystals for days on days using speed ups, hitting guys for shadow matter, farming shadow matter, even unshielding and hitting my alt for his shadow matter at some points. And that's how I ended up getting tier 10, which a little bit past that now, working on 11. But um, I don't do the kill events. Here's another commander event. You'll notice I go here, go to the lowest common denominator. That's C. Hit it once, bullet. I already have him. Bam. All right. Another leadership quest. I'm kind of splitting this between the commanders because none of them are too important right now. But like I said, I'm going to build Gilly up eventually. So all the big ones I think I give to Gilly or Rogers because they're kind of the best commanders for me to use here. Another leadership 10, and it's the third from the highest. So in precedence, and it's not going to affect the outcome. Obviously, if you do the lowest quest every single time, you're going to get the lowest results. But if you do the easiest quest for you to complete, which a lot of times is the Explorer or the Leadership, and you do the highest one you can do, it takes no time, and you are able to complete it quickly. So you'll see that at the end of this video. You'll see I'm going to point out all my missteps here, and see what we're at. 17 minutes. I think I got, 14 quests done or something like that, so halfway through. Let's see. 17 minutes, 13 quests. 14. Yeah, there you go. I think on this one I actually do. Yeah, let's see. I show the difference in, so 597 versus whatever that's getting. I'm already in 8th with, you know, 14 done. Obviously, I'm not going to stay there. I'm not going to stay very high either, but it just shows how quickly you move up there. Not that that matters. 210. So I'm going to do the 5,000 power, and here's where you're going to see my mistake. Or, well, let's see. Yeah, I do walkers. So there's another way to get them done quickly. Everybody needs tier 2 or tier 1, so you can do that and get your power. I think it took 4 hits of tier 2 walkers to complete the 5,000. So, and again, I'm using speed ups, plenty of them. Some of those are from buying packs in the past, but everybody should have plenty of speed ups. Let's see here, 5,000 power. Good quest, 2 A-class commanders. I'm going to go to my inventory again. Alright, already got him, and it should be done. Done. Alright. I'm going to do the epic rarity or above here. Wasn't necessary, but it's not hard to do an epic weapon because you normally have so many fodder weapons just laying around. So let's say, hey, what do I want to make? I'm going to want to make a thunder. What do I need for that? Heavy rifle. I got the materials. You didn't even have to speed this one up. I do one 5-minute speed up, and then guild members help out, and they push me through. So super quick. That would have been quick even if I didn't do it because we were pretty active at that point. Feel free to speed up through this video. I'm repeating myself a lot and just doing some different events and showing you guys the outcomes and telling you how I could have done it better. Increase leadership 100 times. Probably going to put that on Gilly or Rogers. Yeah. It's nominal 100 leadership, but it adds up after a while. I don't even know what I'm looking at there. That's just trying to stay in the game, see what's going on around me. 2,000 power, leadership 10 times. I go for the 2,000 power. I should have gone for the leadership. Here's where I realize, oh crap, I need to send myself some gold. So you'll see me. So give us a minute to talk about a couple things. One, make sure you're on the line chats. Line chats put out weekly what the going rate for certain things were. Like, that's how I know 43,000 is going to get me an energy stone. Around 43,000 will give me an energy stone or an Intellibot. That's how I know that the Void's going to be 63,000 plus, the Geist Stone 63,000 plus. And just know, like, the guys who are putting up 63,000 plus for those are putting a lot of money into this. They're not just going for the gold star events, they're going for the maxed out gold star events. So, like, 1596 and up on every single one for the first 10. And, you know, I've gone for a Geist Stone 4 or 5 times, and I've missed it by double digits each time. And each time was a $300 weekend at least, at minimum. Trying to get the right quests, trying to make sure I was high enough. And like I remember one time I missed it by one or two, according to the sheets that came out online. So it's pretty demoralizing. Can't be your Tyrant. Just seen it's a pretty crappy one, but it'll be better than what that Rogers has. But yeah, just know that like you're not just gonna blast through these quests and get the high ones, but what you can do is get the Intellibots, level your gear up, which gets very costly. Trying to get to 30 is very, very costly with Melange and whatnot. You can get the Intellibot. You can get the A-class commanders, which are very helpful at times, showing how Wellhung's been making the tier 7 for this, and the guild event's still going, and he has some pretty decent contribution there, so he'll get rewarded for that in the guild event. Yeah, man, they're super expensive and super time consuming. Like sometimes you have to pass up quests and stuff. I don't like to do the kill monsters, but I will if it's the best quest. I don't like to do the ace events, but I will if it's the best quest. The reason why is you have lockouts guaranteed on the ace events. So if you blast through your first 8 guys clean, and you're doing a 20-person ace event, it's going to take you a minimum of 10 minutes to get to the second one. So then you have another 10-minute lockout. So it could take you 20, 30 minutes. I think I'd do an ace event after this to show you guys, because I can't get through the 8 guys clean. I get through 6 of them or 7 of them, and then I have to wait for the lockout timer, and I waste some time. So normally I try and stay away from those, but the choice is yours. I mean, you can get some pretty good stuff from Ace, but I think the endless events are the way to go to get your tokens and stuff in there. So we finish up this 2000 here. Yep. So I think I make one conqueror or something, just to. Yep. 30-minute speed up. Unnecessary, but I do it just for the sake of time. So we're gonna explore chapter 3, and I'm definitely doing that over the 20,000 because I'm already low on resources, and I didn't prepare by having commanders ready. These mop-ups are pretty redundant, but it's the easiest way to get through your quests here. And again, this isn't to show you, oh look, I got 23,000 points. It's to show you that I got 23,000 points without putting much into it, you know. I went through some C-class commander tokens, some D-class commander tokens, some magazines, some mop-up coins, and that's really about it in about 45 minutes. I spent more time trying to make this video than I did with anything because I didn't have anything on my computer from I'm using a new laptop here. But yeah, so it's not a hard thing to do. Just takes a little bit of time there. 100 leadership, pretty easy. So Gilly, like I said, I'm going to use her later on. Further along in the game with him. Explore at the top. It's an easy one. Should be in the low 20s on quests by now. Sitting a little bit over 30 minutes, I think. So again, if you guys have any questions about anything you see here or have any requests to see any other videos, I'll polish them a little more and actually do some editing and have some more interaction and stuff. I'm not trying to be an Arc of War personality, but I do like helping guys out, especially guys that I play with. So if you have any questions, ask me in game, or you can contact me online app. It's Gooch, Gewch. All right, let's see. Oh, my dog's getting worked up because somebody's pulling in the driveway. Nice. So here's the ace, and I don't have it set up right. I should have had Stella one slot bust first, Roger second. Chief shouldn't even be in there, and you'll see why in a second here. Pretty dumb of me. Waste some more time. Yeah, you'll see me set up Stella a little bit differently just to keep some dodge in slots 2 and 3 and 5 and 6. And I didn't have any of these presets done, so this is really like odds stacked against me to make the slowest run ever, and it still turns out pretty quick. So that should give you hope, even if you think you can't knock it out very quickly. Finally set up her gear. Did that earlier. Saw me mess up on that a couple times earlier. All right, so let's refresh this. So that starts my 10-minute lockout. So even if I get 7 of these done in 30 seconds, I still have to wait 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So that's why doing this for a 20 ace or something like that, it's not the best bet unless you have an alt that you can be working on at the same time, or unless you're going to go away for a little while and just do something else, because your lockout is going to take a little while here. And you'll see why. Obviously, Chief was a complete waste of space on that, and you'll actually see me take him out. Yeah, I should have had Rogers after Stella for the 1 slot, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm just doing this for reference. This isn't about Ace of the Galaxy. We can talk about that later if we want to know how to maximize Ace tokens and stuff like that. A couple things you'll notice is I'm going for the guys with no stars, so in theory they're going to be weaker. I also kind of look at the commanders real quick, and if they have some off-the-wall commanders, if I see an Ichiro or something like that in there, I'll be like, all right, this guy's either experimenting or he doesn't have very good stuff, and we're going to go ahead and knock him out because he's going to be an easy win. Here, I take the Chief away. So there's that. And then you'll see some guys experimenting in here. Like, you'll see me get a bullet that has max rangers, and yeah, he hits my Stella with Ghost Cannon, which is fine because this isn't a galactic battle where he's getting points. It's in a kill event where I have tier 10 or 11 in slot 1, and he's going to come in and rake up some big points with Ghost Cannon. This is Ace of the Galaxy. It's irrelevant if he kills a couple of my Conquerors or whatever. So even if you can blast through Ace really fast, unless you're going to get 8 clean and do it quickly, I don't recommend doing the Ace events because you're going to see that this takes me over 10 minutes because the lockout ends, and then probably another 2 minutes into that. So 12 minutes just for one event. This is by far the longest event besides when I leveled Gilly, which shouldn't have taken that long. So don't recommend it. And actually, I believe I looked later on, and the event right below it is actually worth more, and it was an Explorer 10 times Chapter 3 event or something like that. So just know that they don't go in order by how many points you're going to get for them. Sometimes the lower event will actually give you more points, the lower quest. Anyway, time consuming, time consuming, time consuming. So this is a good one to see. You see tier 2, and you're like, all right, cool. Every once in a while, I'll see somebody. See, we're at 30 minutes right now, taking our time, chugging along. And you know, this event added quite a bit of time, but for reference sake, it's good to have it in there just so you guys know, like, hey, yeah, we watched a video and those events do in fact take longer. So sorry, my line keeps blowing up, but let's see. Yeah, nothing too crazy. We're just waiting. I can speed this up, but again, I'm not trying to use any editing software or anything like that for this. So on the next one, it'll be much more polished and put together. You can actually speed to the end of this event if you want, and we'll carry on then. But I don't realize how boring this event actually was while I was doing it, but uh, nonetheless. Yeah, I thought this looked like an easy one because the guy was using Eastwood, and I think I actually ended up losing to this guy somehow. I'm not positive. We'll see. Yep. Anyways, um, sorry, I don't really have much to say about this part right now. But all in all, if you're gonna try and go for a Geistin or something, you need to go all the way. Just like you have to put the money into it, and it's gonna be time consuming, and it's gonna suck. And just know that there's only 10 of them, and you're probably not gonna get it because there's gonna be people out there who spend more money than you. Um, you know, $400, $500 in a weekend is not fun to just throw away and get 60 melange for. 60 melange and 60 24-hour speed ups, and that's about it. so I recommend just doing it this way if you're not going to get one of the top things anyway, and go ahead and get what you want. You know, you don't have to worry about missing out on it because I'm going to end up with either 50,000 or just under 50,000. That'll be plenty for the IntelliBot or the other 43,000 one, the Energy Stone. Might go up, might go down, but it's not going to fluctuate too much. They're pretty consistent. And in the line community, they keep references. You can go back and look at the notes, and you'll see exactly how much they were for the last, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks if you want. Um, Here we are. So we got 5 done, it looks like. Yep. So I should get a 6th one. And I'm still looking at that lockout timer. So even if I was done with 8 right or 7 right now, which I lost, I think, 2 fights or something. I lost the one and took Chief out, and then see, you'll see me rearrange these and put Stella in front. But and just remember, Rogers is also a slow commander, so you have a better chance of winning with a 1-slot bust commander quickly. But Rogers is very consistent, so getting into some funky setups. Stella with walkers and air and everything under the sun, so shouldn't lose any of these. Just blast through them. Probably do some streams once we get higher in Galactic Battle next season as well, just so people can check it out and stuff. Yeah, this one's not going to win. This guy's T8 in here, but again, it's all relative because it would be an easy target on a different account. But so here's the part where I'm probably going to realize I'm not going to beat any more of the guys and switch up my thing and wait for this this timer to refresh. Should be like 2 minutes left on it or something. I don't know. Got a hit. Wow. Yeah, 2 minutes left on that timer. Kind of figure I'm not going to beat him. Let's go do some other stuff. Looking around, nothing going on. All right, so 429 for that. If I would have increased 500 power, 311, it would have been worth it just to increase the 500 power and be done with it. But, you know, you get the same reward out of those two quests because they're both going to give you a 30-minute timer for those. Wasting some time. Still got 6 quests left. Already over 20,000, so I'm already in the ballpark to get items on day one without all the quests being finished. And I'll show you the timer here at the end, and we'll go from there. So I'm at 35 minutes, and obviously we've seen the reasons that I've been slow on some of these. Again, you can speed through this if you want. Save yourself a little bit of time. Get to the next event. And we'll do a wrap up at the end. It just kind of goes over the important things, which you already know. I'm going to harp on preparation. Here I'm going to set up Stella a little different, or the exact same way, but just move her as the first commander, which I think works a little bit better in Ace at this level. Wasting time. Again, I wasn't rushing on this either. I was walking around the house, doing stuff, just recording, playing as normal. So, nothing too crazy. I think I even auto deploy this one. Yeah, no safe formation. So, auto deploy, switch those dudes out and make them air. And get back to it. I don't even know why I fought him again. I thought maybe I could one slot him, but I don't think it happens. It might. Low battery. Alright, so end up winning that. Get to the second guy. End up losing it. Rogers comes in, I think beats him, but actually I might beat him with this one, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it goes back around and Stella wins. Again, this is all irrelevant, doesn't matter. Just trying to get through this one quest that I should have never clicked in the first place. So, for those of you that are complaining about the time and stuff, just remember you control how much time you spend on this, and the outcomes are wildly different. I've heard of people spending 5 or 6 hours going through the whole day trying to get it done, and getting 20,000 points, and then you're about to see 45 minutes on a slow day because I'd made some mistakes on purpose and because I was just not prepared for it with this guy. That I get done relatively quickly and put up some decent numbers. I'm going to go ahead and refresh because I know that other guy's going to beat me with this tier 8. Look around at these. Bullet, yeah. So I think I actually end up losing this one. Again, another waste of time. Nope. Yeah, maybe this is it. I don't know. Either way, still just waiting for this event to get done, this quest to get done. So this video is more about showing that it is possible to do it quickly than exactly what you're supposed to do to be efficient. But I mean, obviously there should be some tips in there, and if you have some stuff that I left out or something I don't know about, I'd be glad to learn it to make my days easier. But this works for me, and I'm confident it'll work for you as well to get all your stuff done and get decent points, help your guild out, and get better rewards. Alright, and there's the 8th one, so finally, that took 16 minutes at least for both of those quests, or for both of those things. 40 times explorers, too easy. Try normally to use guys that are 60, but not to use my main commanders because a lot of times I'll have to reinforce or attack somebody else with the main commanders or use them for something else. So, but on this one, it doesn't really matter because I know I was going to have some downtime afterwards to look at the commentation on this video and whatnot. But and again, I should have been clearing out my inventory prior to this and making sure I had like 300 slots open. So another way you can prepare. Everything goes back to preparation on Guild Mobilization, so just remember that and you'll be fine. Sometimes chapter 3, too easy, one click. I think I luck out at the end here, and I have all leadership or explore quests, which it might not always work out like that. If you ever come to a crossroad where you're just like, none of these quests are easy, they're all Ace of the Galaxy, they're all kill monster events, I don't have time for this, 199 gold's 199 gold. So just refresh it once, and you're good. Yeah, increase 20 times leadership. So I get lucky here. So all in all, just wrapping this up while we finish out here, just preparation's key. Make sure you have those commander tokens. Make sure you have some magazines standing by. And honestly, just remember you don't always have to go for the highest quest. I know it's interesting sometimes to try that, but it's not going to give you an added benefit. You've seen me go for low quests on here, and I've done quests that take even more time, and you're going to see that 45 minutes I have a competitive amount of points. Let's see. Chapter 2, 5 times. So I'm doing a low quest here. No kill monsters because they take freaking forever. And we'll look at the points in a second here and look at the timer, and that'll be that. So I appreciate you guys watching this, and if you have any input for me, go ahead and leave a message or contact me online, Gooch, Gewch, or Gooch, GOOCHAOW at gmail.com. I'll be putting out some more videos to help people out. 43 minutes, and let's look at the points here. And 23,707. So yeah, that's it. All right, well, good luck.